Hey, I guess we're live. First time trying to go live on YouTube. Um, so here we go. A little while ago, I just posted the first video in the new series that I'm calling "This Is Who I Am," and it's a series where I'm going to get on here and I just start talking about things that I feel um, motivated to talk about, like things that are important to me that I think will be important to you, that I think are helpful to you. Um, a lot of times I come across issues or events or problems or people historically in my whole life. People need advice or they're trying to get through some obstacle, um, trying to figure some things out. I mean, everybody is, we all are, myself included, of course. Um, we've all had hardships, difficult times. I know I have. I'm going through them now. I go through bouts of depression, bouts of extreme optimism. And right now, I'm feeling very optimistic at the possibility that I may be able to um, help myself, help others, help each other, try to figure out how to just get better at things, not make life so hard on ourselves. God, life is, it's not infinite. It comes and goes in the flash, as they say. Of course, nobody in the aftermath ever says that in real time, but if they could, I mean, arguably, it's been written, depending on what you believe. I'm not trying to get into beliefs, religion, and whatnot. Mine is really about how do we get through life happily? How do we achieve our goals? How can we face our problems, our demons, so to speak, depending on how your outlook? How do you stop things from renting space in your mind? Um, how do you stop yourself from self destruction? That's a real thing. That's the worst thing, in my opinion, for myself. Most people, like our own demons, or our own thoughts at times. We get locked into a certain outlook and it starts to become our ruler. It's crazy. For me, uh, there's usually like a series of like, I think this is a Netflix show, a series of unfortunate events. All those events, you stack them all up and they start really conspiring against your outlook on things, your well being. Pretty soon, your negator, you go about every day like, I'm hurting. Oh, this sucks. Like every day is the same. I'm not getting anywhere. I can't do anything. Like these are problems that I struggle with. Um, Sometimes I let it get the best of me, and when it's not getting the best of me, I look at it and just laugh. Like how absurd to let something like that. It's like they say, mind over matter. What do you guys think? I hope. I hope you, in my limited viewership, will see this video or my first video in my new series. Uh, this is who I am. So I decided to call it because in summarization of that first video, that's all I could think. It's like, hey, this is who I am. It's like take it or leave it, right? You don't have to appeal to everybody. You don't have to convince anybody of anything. The most important thing is to convince yourself of what you want to do and don't talk yourself out of it. I mean, obviously, if it's a bad idea, you can talk yourself out of the bad ones, but don't find ways or find reasons to not do what you want. If it's something good, like maybe there's a certain hobby you want to pursue, but you're like, oh, well, what's a hobby? Maybe Take playing guitar, for instance, because that's something that I like to do. Maybe like, oh, I it's too hard. I don't know what I'm doing. My fingers hurt. It's not coordinated. It's like, well, that's like anything that you do in life. When your first try, like it's very rare that you're gonna do it well in the first shot. And if you do, it's I don't like to call it beginner's luck, but like maybe it's beginner's luck. Like I don't like to say things are about luck. It's about like determination, like trying, like improving, starting somewhere, failing forward. But maybe there's some things that you did really well right out of the gate, and on the basis of your ability to do that in the past, you look at some new endeavor and you think, hey, I've done this, I can do that. You start looking at what you can do and like, well, why can't I do this? Maybe I'm just no good at it. Or maybe you're just not giving yourself a chance, you know? Like I say, nobody's perfect. It's a work in progress. And take me, for instance, I'm not perfect. If you think I'm perfect, look again. Maybe you think drinking is bad. It can be. Maybe you or you know somebody whose lives have been like severely impacted by somebody who drank too much. Like that could be a thing. I know my life has certainly been impacted by more than one person who drank too much, and like one person's experience doesn't have to define your experience either. Like I believe you can do things responsibly. You should learn from other people's mistakes. You should learn from your own mistakes. You should be honest with yourself, but don't try to convince yourself that you're something that you're not. Like, yeah, there's been times that like drinking has been a problem in my life. I was also immature. Like trials and tribulations, fail forward. Like try to do it responsibly. Like maybe I haven't mastered drinking beer responsibly because maybe sometimes I drink too much beer and then I'm not so pleasant to be around. Maybe it affects my better judgment of things. But at the very least, I'm home. I'm home. I'm not out causing trouble. I might be posting live videos on YouTube and exposing myself for my own vulnerability or my own imperfection, or like maybe I'm slurring. Maybe the fact that I'm drinking a beer is not that cool for people. I'm just saying like, hey, I'm not perfect. Look, if I was perfect, I wouldn't have to accentuate my experience with enjoying a sip of beer. It's arguable. But at any rate, um, I hope anybody who sees this video just thinks about some of the things that I've said. Like, we're largely our own worst critics. We sell ourselves and ideas, or against our ideas, rather. It's like you might have some great idea, but then you're like, oh, but what about this? Oh, but what about that? This, and that, blah, 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 blah. Like, a million reasons why something can fail. How about some reasons that it could succeed? That's all I want to know. It's like we got we're like blessed with this living here on Earth and being human and being able to communicate and access information and think. Let's not waste it. Anyway, I feel like I've gone on long enough for this first live spiel, and hopefully I figure out how to end this without losing it. What do? You just press the X button, live, going unlive. Just three little dots. Yeah, I'm not perfect. Oh, you can add guests, you can share, mute microphone. Okay, so how about the X button? All right, it's a work in progress. Like I said, we'll figure this out as we go. Life's an open book. If at first you don't succeed, try again Until next time, be great, everyone. This is, end stream. Stream will stop immediately. Your guest will know. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's try. Take care.